Heyo, what's up? Now, before you tune out, I'm going to tell you something that you probably do know, but I'm going to tell you something that many of you likely don't know about what you're shooting in. Now, the question is, when you turn on your camera and you decide what the hell it is you're going to shoot in, well, I'm going to go to image quality, image size, or on your Nikon. What are you shooting in? You shooting in RAW, 12-bit, 14-bit? Okay, compressed, uncompressed. I'll actually talk about that later. Actually, the intertonal values, especially in 14-bit, as it relates to capturing micro contrast, very important. A lot of the things that people put forward saying, I can't see the difference between 14 and 12, but, well, I sure as hell can. Every damn time, no less. People don't know how to look at a picture. It's kind of like giving, the analogy is perfect. It's kind of like giving a wino, it's like $1,000 bottle of, Italian Barbera versus, the Walmart special that's, tastes like grape juice. And I don't drink, by the way. And the wino's going, I like that stuff better because I can taste more alcohol in it, it's going to get me drunker faster. Really, the analogy is perfect. Is it? Let's say you have to be a lens snob. You have to be a connoisseur, for lack of a better term, to be able to discriminate between, something that's awesome and something that's crap. And so there is a difference between 14-bit and 12-bit. You'll read stuff everywhere saying that 12-bit and 14-bit, ultimately no big deal. And that's a lot of BS. The mere fact of how the 14 and 12-bit actually sample the data and save it is different. This is undeniable. If you say, I just can't see the difference. Yeah, that's because you don't know what the hell to look for. I thought I'd talk about JPEGs and I thought, oh my God, I thought I'd quote Mr. Ren Cockwell. Yeah, that's his name. Professor Ren Cockwell. Says, the very fact that this person says that he shoots in JPEGs is certainly a reason to never shoot in JPEGs. But first off, JPEGs are people that say that you should shoot in JPEGs. They're either stupid or they're pseudo purists because you can't do a lot of manipulation in post on a JPEG. So they're kind of like harkening back to the days of film. It's like, that's the shot you took, and the way it turned out is the way it is. Well, ain't that great? I've got no latitude on the computer to screw around with my picture. Well, screw you. I actually want to make it look better. If it needs it. And, the realm of lazy douchebags. They want to, brighten it up a little bit and crop it and then print it or post it. And that's understandable, but don't give, you can't make that as a reason for telling people to shoot JPEGs. Anyway, Professor Ren Cockwell says, raw files are just like raw olives. You need to cook or otherwise process them before you can use them. They also go bad fast if left in a raw state and can keep forever once processed, something like olives. Or, give me a nice, well, if you want to make that analogy, then that's good. Because when I go to the grocery store and I buy raw chicken, that means that no one has turned it into teriyaki yet. It is not set in stone. I could turn it into this or this or this or this or this. This is the reason why, this really is a perfect analogy. Some lazy schmuck goes to the deli, where everything is pre-cooked and in one of those clear things. The chicken has already been spiced and it's already been mixed with pasta and special sauces, and you go home and warm it up and you eat it, right? That's the sort of lazy douchebag that likes JPEGs. And that's understandable in a certain sense, but there's a difference between that person and a professional cook. Oh my God, like a professional photographer analogy. Yeah, who goes in and buys raw materials, and then once they bring it home, kind of like taking a picture and bringing it home, a digital negative, a raw file. Oh my God, what a perfect analogy. Then they can cook it however the hell they want. You can take chicken and you can turn it into 10,000 different things, right? Yeah, that makes sense. That's exactly what you can do with a raw file versus a JPEG. JPEGs are the Antichrist. You don't want to be shooting a JPEG. Unless you don't like latitude or ability to do anything with it afterwards. Because raw converters are always getting better. And it is the case that like a file that's crappy right now, in the future you might be able to use different software with it to make a better looking image. And with the JPEG, you're screwed. So you only want to shoot digital negatives out your RAW files. And here's another thing. You probably knew all that to some degree. At least some of the people did. At least I hope a lot of people did. As far as it doesn't matter if it's a Nikon or a Fuji, whatever it is. You want to shoot RAW plus fine. Well, why the hell do you want to do that? Well, when you go to chimp on your pictures, if you just shoot in RAW, you can't zoom in at 100% to check focus, check a lot of other stuff. It also creates workflow issues when you bring all those RAW files over to your computer, because I've got some fast damn computers, I assure you, baby. But without those JPEGs, those 100% or fine JPEGs to preview the pictures, then it takes me a lot longer to weed out the crap from the good stuff. And it doesn't matter how good a shooter you are. Once you're setting up something to shoot, you've got a lot of crap and the good stuff intermingled in there. Hopefully more good stuff than crap, but regardless, it improves the workflow. So this is the reason. It doesn't matter what your Canon, Nikon, Fuji. If you ain't shooting RAW plus fine, then you're pissing away your time, and you're not able to chimp on 100% zoom pictures when you take the shot to check for focus, check for other things. You just can't. So it makes things so much easier. Does it take up more room? Does it slow you down? Yeah, it does. But, unless you're shooting some necessary continuous high bursting, where you got to, process more shots per second, then you should be shooting RAW plus fine all the time. RAW plus fine. Not just RAW, but RAW plus fine. So, anyway. But, when it comes to RAW files, versus a JPEG, I translate into Greek and Pali, and all 5 translations of Plotinus, for example, they suck. And a translation is like a JPEG. What you got is what you got. If you could read the original, then there's a million ways to translate it. You could actually see what the hell the original is. If you've got all this expensive camera gear, and, totally contrary to what Peckerhead Ren Cockwell says, and he is a peckerhead. I hate to say it, but the guy's a peckerhead. Okay? I might be fat, bald, and ugly, but stupid I ain't. Contrary to Professor Cockwell there, you want to be shooting in RAW. You got all this expensive camera gear, and you're limiting yourself by, using translations or cooked meat, in my analogies, instead of being able to go home and do whatever the hell you want with that picture. It's like, why would you limit yourself like that? It's like buying a Corvette and like sticking, it's like I'm going to take out that high performance engine and like stick a Volkswagen in it, that'll make it run slower and crappier. It's the same thing. Why would you do that to yourself? Well, I don't like those big RAW files and it makes my computer go slow. Well, shut the hell up. Give it a rest. It's called digital photography for a reason. You should not only be invested in some nice lenses and camera, especially lighting, but in a nice, decent computer with some external hard drives. It's called digital photography for a reason. That means it involves your damn computer. So people that are complaining about shooting, I shoot JPEGs, give me a rest. Are you kidding me? Give it a rest. Don't limit yourself like that. And remember the other thing. You need to start shooting in RAW plus fine, and the reasons that I gave you are 100% logical, and they will improve your workflow and the ability to chimp on your 100% zooms faster on the back of your LCD. So that's irrefutable and undeniable. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Okay? Bye.